Put this over. No, you got it. It's right there. Yeah, there. You got it? Alright, you don't got it. Fuck you. Change is inevitable. And it's inevitable through everything. Every situation, every reaction, every de-action. I don't even know if that's a word. But basically, it's gonna change regardless as the years go by. But not with stuff like protesting and rioting and looting and shooting. Especially with cops kneeing everybody down, thinking like they're Kaepernick or some shit. Nah, you're not Kaepernick. And this is not for you. These are not for the cops. And these are not for the people who think protesting is going to be the right thing to do. And it's not going to be for people who think signing petitions is going to be the right thing to do. I'm going to just let you know that right now. Because I swear to God, if I see somebody on my page, on my comment section, how Ahmad the Prince is going to be canceled for speaking his opinion on YouTube, even though YouTube doesn't really give a fuck about opinions anymore, because I might get demonetized, then so be it. So fucking be it. Because at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are canceling others over some bullshit reasons. Some have some reasons, and others bullshit. So I'm gonna lay it out for you right now. What I think about the protests and riots and shootings and lootings. Alright, let's start with the lootings. The lootings, first and foremost, if you're gonna loot from a place, don't loot from a black-owned business. That's the first and foremost right there. Because y'all motherfuckers think y'all slick. Y'all really think y'all slick by looting them shits, but y'all not really are. Y'all not really slick for that. Because one, what did the black-owned businesses ever do? First and foremost, what did they contribute to cops shooting black people? What do they contribute from all of this? Not shit. Only more people in debt and more people trying to find a way to survive, finding a way to eat. So for y'all to just burn that shit down rather than burning around like popular places like the Gucci store or Prada or fucking Nike for all I care. Y'all are some really corny ass niggas. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now, first and foremost. And for the people who are looting at those places, those high quality places, the Gucci's, the Pradas, and the motherfucking Versace's, listen, why the fuck would you try to sell them to any other people who are trying to loot too? I just don't understand. Why would you try to loot a certain type of business or store that is like high quality in like sales that cost over $500 and then sell them shits to other people for $200? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. And like, why would you try to act like you're doing the right thing by selling them shits? Nigga, you are just provoking capitalism, but in a discounted way. You are basically the Burlington or Ross's of fucking capitalism at this point. So with that being said, I do not support looting at all, and that doesn't really change things. Y'all just giving more of an excuse for cops to shoot at us or try to nail us down in the neck, and I don't like that shit. Now, for the protests, they're a different story. They're 50-50, I'm not gonna lie, because listen, if you protest, fine. It's perfectly okay. I have nothing against people who protest, and I got nothing against people who are down with protesting every single day. But here's the problem with that. The problem is, with every single protest, in my opinion, they always tend to act like they have a certain change, like a certain propaganda or agenda that's gonna change throughout that time period of the year. It does not work like that, Chief. I'm just telling you right now. A lot of people who protest always want change in that certain period of time. But nigga, we've been fighting racism for how long? Literally years upon decades, probably generations at this point, because literally there's a lot of people who talk about slavery in the past. Man, fuck y'all. Martin Luther King protested a lot during his time of being alive, you know. R.I.P. him, by the way. And also Martin Luther King is also a person that got shot because doing peaceful protests would act for a change. Yeah, it did come for a change, but it didn't come for the price that we wanted. The price that we had was actually a modernized slavery, or modernized racism in this case. Because even though you don't see many people in KKK outfits or people having like slave patrols and shit, they just manufacture that to make it seem like we're actually having a change with what they see inside the political area, but they didn't really do anything about that. Nigga, they just changed the police department. And it's been like this for years. So I don't believe why everything will be a change through all these cops and shit. Because why would it happen? Why would fuck my life do? Why would they have all these bad apples be the type to rot out the whole tree? Don't even answer me that question. I don't know what the minds of these Caucasians are. No offense, not racial. But anyways, either way, for all these bad apples, there are some good apples. There's some good cops out there. I can't deny. And there's a few individuals that I know personally that have been in-lawed into like a police department or just been a cop for years to come. Although there are some good and bad cops, that still doesn't justify the corrupt system behind all of that. Y'all are talking about the puppets, but y'all are not talking about the puppeteers. Y'all are talking about the people who are obviously killing people just because they love to do it, just because they love to hunt niggers, but they don't talk about how the people behind the strings are arranging this all up. Even the virus, even the riots, even the protests locally. Nah, not locally. Scratch that. Globally. And much more. But we're not going to talk about that. Y'all not ready for that conversation. Petitions. Petitions don't really do anything to me, to be honest. Though I do sign some, but like at the same time, I only do it just to prove others wrong about how some people might make a change and this, that, and the third. But in all honesty, it don't really mean much to me. I don't really get how signing a petition online would help the change, like, you know, in real life. Unless I'm actually buying it for charity or like making things better around people who are homeless or people who are in dire need of food and shit like that, then don't give me those shits. Please don't, because you're gonna be disappointed. And you're probably gonna be disappointed about me finishing this video, and y'all probably gonna cancel me after this video. Which I told y'all better not do it. If you do, I don't care. It is what it is. I just speak my point about what other things, you know, people don't want to say. They're scared to say what they don't want to understand because they don't want to understand the mind of a person outside of all these protesters and shit, and you don't know that this is all a game. Like, for real though, like, man. Oh God, hey, fuck. But listen, to conclude this all in a short little rant, racism is not supposed to be a thing, but racism is taught from people back then all the way up till now. So it's gonna be hard for them to actually change that type of belief in their whole head, that whole mindset, when they've been inheriting that shit for as long as the earth has been here. So with that being said, for the people who think that racism is gonna change in 2020, you're gonna be highly disappointed. Like, and for the people who say that the riots are doing good, cool. You do you. Just don't sell those shits to other people and then getting money off of those, because you're not rioting it for other people. You're not rioting for black people, and you're just rioting for yourself. You're just looting for yourself, in all honesty. And for the people who say that all lives matter, I'm going to show you in the next video. It's Amon the Prince, and I'm out this bitch.